is Parth, and this is my second video of my series Learning Python. In this video, I will be talking about loops. I hope you enjoy. Hello. As you can see, this is our file from last video, but we won't be needing that today. In this video, we will be learning about loops. So we'll create a new file, which we can do by right-clicking, New, Python file, and let's name it loops. Now our new file has been made. In the first step of creating a loop is figuring out which type of loop you want to make. For example, if you want to make a loop that counts as it goes, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, we will use a for loop. However, if you want to make a loop that runs on a certain condition, such as if I is always equal to 3, we will use an while loop. So let's begin. Let's start off with a for loop. So to make a for loop, we start off by typing for. Now whatever we put in front of this will become a variable. And you know what variables are because I taught you from the last lesson. Like this is a variable. Now we go back and let's name our variable I. Now to make a counter, we have to type for I in range and then the range of numbers you want. For example, 1 to 7. This would return i's value in range 1 to 7. So basically, it will print out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it will stop. It won't print 7. Let's test it out by printing the value of I that we just set. Let's see what it comes out as. There, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no 7. So that's our for loops. Now, what if we want to start off with a 0? Well, that's simple, as for loops don't usually need the second starting value unless you want a no range doesn't need a second like the first starting value unless you want to start on a specific point. So 7 will return 0 to 5. No, 0 to 6. Now we can also add steps. For steps, we will have to use the starting value. So let's take 1 as an example. And let's change our 7 for an 8 and type in 2. So what this is basically steps. So this would print 1, 3, 5, and 7. Let's test it out. 1, 3, 5, and 7. So that's our prime numbers. We missed out. No, we did no. 2 still, yeah, I think. Doesn't matter. Yeah, so that's our for loops. While loops, on the other hand, run when something is true. So let's name our variable I again, as this is a local variable. I'll explain those later in my other videos. So let's say while I is always equals to means is like instead of defining I equals is checker. This would return a true or a false. So this statement here will either return a true or a false depending what the value is. So right now it'll return a true, but if I change it, I'll return a false. So I will equal 0. So now what happens here? Let's try and printing, let's say, the value of I. This is our front loop, so let's comment this out. This is our other loop, so let's comment it out by typing Control slash, just keyboard. Yeah. So let's see what happens. Nothing, because I value is 1. If we change it back to a 0 and we run it, you can see that it prints 0 indefinitely. So we have to stop that because that will not let anything else run. So for example, if I type another print statement, and let's print C, and let's run it, stop and rerun, it never shows a C anywhere. So to stop that from happening, let's say while I is smaller than or equal to 6. Now, what it will do is it will still run forever and print the value of I. So what we need to do is now we have to set the value of I and as I itself plus 1. Now this can be also simplified by just doing I plus equals 1. That's a shorter way to do what I just did a few seconds ago. Now what this would do is it will print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then C, as the loop has ended. Let's try. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and C. So that's our while loop. And as you have probably guessed, as this loop returns the exact same thing as the top one. Well, you're right. If I remove the step here and I change it back to a 6, and this, remove all that, it will return, oh no, 7. It will return the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Both of the loops, exact same thing. So, what's going on here? Well, these loops can be used interchangeably depending on what you want to do. If this is, let's say, another statement, we can, which I will explain, which I can tell you later in my other video, it will be different for scenarios, but it could be used any way possible. And you can also put while loops inside of for loops. I know, right? Now, that's, you're like, then why do we have to learn both? Well, we don't have to learn both, but it'll be better as this one is way shorter than this, and it does the exact same thing. But this is used if it's a different use case. So that's loops. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time.